Alright, so now that we have our Tron bike animating, we are keeping track of its position, the position variable. We're also keeping track of the speed variable. But we can't really control the bike, it just does its own thing, huh? The next thing we want to do is we want to make a function that allows us to control the speed and position of the bike. So actually outside of the draw function, see how long our draw function has got? From line 26 down to line 57 is our draw function. If your code isn't working, it might be that you are leaving some of your code outside of the draw function and it's not redrawing it. So make sure all of your code is inside the draw function. That's a usual source of error for a lot of students. But outside of the draw function, I want you to make another function called key pressed. Function key pressed, just like this. And then we're going to open and close our parentheses and open and close our squigglies just like before. Inside the key pressed function, inside the first and second squiggly, I'll make a little space. And in here, we can start to do a few things that might be a little confusing at first, but follow along with me and I'll show you what's happening. So we're going to make a couple different conditionals inside our code here. The first conditional is going to say if, and then we're going to write key code is double equal to capital up underscore arrow. So this conditional is a little funky. What happens is that P5 gives us a few free variables. It looks for the key pressed function, which by the way has to be spelled like this. It has to be spelled camel case, lowercase key, capital P, R-E-S-S-E-D. Make sure your camel case is proper here. In my conditional, it says if key code, lowercase key, capital C-O-D-E is double equals to up arrow. Now, don't be confused with a single equals here. The double equals is not setting a variable. The double equals is checking to see if one thing is the same as the other. So if the key code, whatever code we press, whatever key we press, is the same as up arrow, which is a variable that stores the up arrow, let's set speed equal to speed plus 1. Let's make another conditional. It says if the key code is equal to down arrow, set the speed equal to speed minus 1. If we do this and save it, we can actually go into our drawing and press the up and down buttons, and we can change the speed. Check this out. See this? The speed is now -2, -3, -4. I can move it down, make it draw back. Oh, woo! Set it to 0. Now it's not going anywhere. I can stop it. I can set it going again, make it smaller. Woo! Bring it back. Come back, come back, come back, come back. Real quick. Just kidding, go back the other way. Ah! So there's some problems with this, obviously, and the size of the screen makes it a little more difficult. But now we see that we can actually control what's happening with our bike. Its position is staying at 266. Its speed is staying at 0 because I can adjust the speed. We could also go here and play around with the position also. If the key code is equal to left arrow, set the position equal to position minus 10. And if the key code is equal to, the right arrow, we can set the position equal to position plus 10. Now, when I do this and I save it, I can bring it back. Okay, I'm going to stop it. There it goes. Now if I press the right arrow, it'll move a little bit to the right. And I can move it to the left and right and play around with it like this. This is kind of obnoxious because I need to scroll a little bit, but you can kind of see the point here. I can move my bike left and right just by using the arrows here as well. So this is the beginning of how we would start programming a game. If you want to control a character, you need them to move around and do different things depending on what keys you press. This is the very beginning of that, and conditionals help us get it done. So I'm going to pause this video over here. I'm going to paste all this code into Slack. What I want you guys to do is I want you to make another bike right below this. Change the colors of it. Give it similar speed and position, but make it slightly faster or slightly slower so it looks like the two bikes are racing. Go ahead and take a few minutes to do that, and we'll come back in a bit.